Happy Thursday, May 7th, and we are going to be using our math books again, doing lesson 4. And I'd like for you to get your math books now and have them open and turn to page 509 for lesson 4 with your crayons, pencil, and eraser, because you are going to be doing the first page with our mouse friend. He will be instructing you on what to do. So here we are with how can you make a graph to count objects that have been sorted into categories.
Good morning. It's always fun to visit the hen coop and see my friend Charlie. He always knows what's happening at this end of the zoo. Oh, Charlie says that people were collecting eggs this morning. They collected brown eggs and white eggs. They found lots of eggs. Click the nest to see. Wow, look at all the eggs. Charlie says that the people wanted to sort and count the eggs. They wanted to sort and classify the eggs by color. Then they wanted to know how many brown eggs there were and how many white eggs there were. Those are good questions. I'm a bit confused about this. Maybe we could find out how to make a graph to help. Come on, let's get started.
Here are some cubes. How many of each do you have? Can you show how many you have in a graph? What will the graph look like? Well, let's start with sorting and classifying the cubes. How can we do this? We can sort and classify the cubes by the category of color. This cube is red. Let's place it on this side. This cube is green. Place it on this side. Let's sort the rest of the cubes.
So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and we're going to show which sides they go on. Since this side is red and this is green, they are going to be sorted that way. Again, today's lesson is on making and showing a graph.
Red, green, green, red, red, green, green. This chart is called a graph. We can use graphs to show information. The title of the graph is red and green cubes. There are 2 rows in the graph. One row is for red cubes, and one row is for green cubes. Let's place the cubes into the graph. Where will we move the red cubes? We'll move them into the row of boxes next to the red cube. Place one red cube in each box in this row.
Oops, it's not letting me. Oh.
How do we know the red cubes belong in this category? Because all of the cubes in this category are red. Place one green cube in each box in this row.
See if it'll let me do it. Oh, I don't think so. Nope, it's not letting me move them. There we go.
There's a row of red cubes. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes. There's a row of green cubes. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubes. The graph shows you how many of each cube you have. How will you sort and classify these cubes? by color. Drag each cube into...
Okay, so boys and girls, what I want you to do is I want you to use your math page 509. And even though your page is showing orange and green cubes, we can go ahead and use our orange and our blue. So we can practice using just looking at your chart. We're going to go ahead and do this also on the first page, but I want you just to practice right now. So you are going to still use orange and green. So have your orange and green crayons, and we will just pretend that the blue ones are green ones. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and continue sorting these.
To the sorting mat to sort and classify the cubes by color. Check your work when you're done.
So we are going to move the orange ones over here. And we'll just move all of the orange ones here, which means that the blue ones, or in your case would be green, are going to go over on this side. And we have one more left, so it's going to go here.
That's right. You sorted and classified the cubes by color. Now drag the cubes from the sorting mat to the graph. Check your work when you're done.
So you may go ahead and draw right now these orange cubes in the spot on your page. If you want to wait for me, you can, or you can start doing it now and put these 3 blue cubes on the other side. So we're having 4 orange and 3 blue, or yours would be green. Okay, so we're just going to practice bringing them down. Orange one there. There. And now, of course, the blue will go down here next to the blue.
Good job! You placed the orange cubes in the boxes next to the orange cube and the blue cubes in the boxes next to the blue cubes. Now select how many orange cubes there are and how many blue cubes there are. Check your work when you're done.
So we are going to count how many are orange. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can hold up 4, and we're going to click on the 4. Now we'll count the blue. 1, 2, 3. And so that has 3.
Excellent! In the graph, there's a row of 4 orange cubes and 3 blue cubes. Now let's practice with the personal math trainer.
Okay, and now we are going to go ahead and take a look at our graph. So if you already did it, great. If not, you can do it with me now. I just thought some of you might want to get a little bit of a heads up. So since we don't have cubes for me to put on your paper, then we're going to use what was on the screen that we just did. So we decided that we had 4 orange. Now, I don't know if I have an orange. Let's see. I guess this is orange. I'm going to try this. So I'm going to draw, and you can go ahead and do it with me now if you didn't already do it. And draw 4 orange cubes. Whoops. Uh-oh, that wasn't very good. I'm drawing squares first, and then you can draw the circle inside so they look more like cubes. And then put the little knobby sticking out like this. Okay, and I'm not going to color them in, I'm just going to draw them. And then on the other page there was 3 blue, so we're going to go with 3 green. So go ahead now and pick up your green crayon, and we're going to draw 3 cubes. 1, 2, 3. Oops. And a circle with a little knobby, so they look more like cubes. And last. So now that we have sorted them, by their color on the sorting mat. Now we're going to graph them down below. So again, our skill today is mostly focusing on graphing. Up here you can see the word graph. I'm going to circle it. So orange and green cubes, and it says to move the cubes to the graph, which we would do if we had real ones, draw and color the cubes. So I'm going to go ahead and go back and get my orange crayon. So you can pick up your orange crayon, and you're going to simply pretend to move these down here. And how many do we have? Why don't we cross and count? We haven't done that in a while. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to come down here and draw 4. 1 in each box. 2, 3. Whoops, as slow as I am, I'm sure you're keeping up with me just fine. And then you're going to draw a circle and a little knob. Circle, oops, little knob, circle, knob, and there we go. And now go ahead and put your orange crayon down, pick up your green crayon, and now let's count how many green we have. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So we're going to come down here and draw 3 cubes. And that's it. So now looking at our graph, which color do we have more? Repeat after me. There are 4 orange cubes and 3 green cubes. I have more orange cubes than I do green cubes. I have fewer green cubes than I do orange cubes. Excellent. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next page. So now we're going to be working with red and blue cubes on this page, and we're going to do very similar to what we just did. It says place a handful of red and blue cubes on the workspace. We are unable to do that. So it says to move the cubes to the graph. So I am just going to pick a number at random. We're going to start with red and get your red crayon, and let's go ahead and just do 2. Let's do 2 red cubes on this side. Okay, and then let's pick up our blue crayon. Oops. And we're going to do, how about 3? We'll do 3 cubes. So draw 3 blue cubes. And if you have colored pencils, that is perfectly fine. And then we're going to go ahead and now draw them on our graph. So getting your red crayon or colored pencil first, and just like before, we're going to, draw just 2 because we have 2 up above. And while we have our red, let's go ahead and write the number 2 down here. There are 2 red cubes. Put down your red crayon, pick up your blue crayon. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3. And you can cross and count if you want. Go ahead and draw the 3 blue cubes. And then write the number 3 down here. And it says write how many. So looking at this, we can see that we have 2 red cubes and 3 blue cubes. So I have 2, the red cubes I have less red cubes than I do blue cubes. I have more blue cubes than I do red cubes. Moving on to the next page. So now they've changed our shapes. We see that we are using all green and we are using circles. We're going to be drawing circles and triangles. So go ahead and get your green crayon and we're going to go ahead and begin. But let's see, if it's all green, how am I going to sort them? Well, it says green, circles, and triangles. So we are going to sort them by their shape. Circles on one side, triangles on the other. So let's go ahead and let's draw 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. Let's go ahead and draw 4 circles. And yes, you can color them in. It's just harder for me. Okay. And then we're going to draw 2 triangles. 1, 2. And again, color those in. And then down here, we have to put these shapes on our graph or in our graph. So we know that we have 4 circles. So let's go ahead and draw 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come down here and write 4 next to circles. And then we know we have 2 triangles. So we're going to draw 1, 2. And then come down here and write the number 2. Okay, so repeat after me. I have 4 circles and I have 2 triangles. I have more circles than triangles. I have less triangles than circles. And now we're going to move on to our final page, boys and girls. So it says to use 5 cubes of 2 colors. Color the cubes to show the categories. So I would like you to do this all by yourself, okay? So we're going to go, I'm going to let you decide what colors you want and how many. So if you pick yellow, for instance, then you would want to come over and color this yellow, okay? And then you have to decide how many cubes do you want to draw. You can draw 1, 2, 3, whatever you want. And then down here, fill this in yellow and write how many yellow. And then you're going to pick a different color for this one. And you can pick any color you want. You can pick black, purple, green, whatever color you want, as long as it's different than this one. And then draw a different amount down here and then write that number down here. So I would like you to do that all by yourselves without me so that you have a chance to pick your own colors, boys and girls. And that concludes our math lesson for today on graphing for Thursday. So I hope you enjoyed that lesson, and I will see you next time. Have a great and happy Thursday. Bye-bye.